Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I'm going to bring you a super cool video. We are going to do these beautiful, beautiful hummingbirds. And you guys, I got a request from Georgia, and she said something about that, you know, if you can make the butterflies so pretty and the other stuff and the bumblebees and everything, why can't you make birds? So I also had a request a while back from another subscriber requesting that I do a hummingbird. So I'm going to make a video based on two subscribers' comments. The hummingbird request was a long time ago, and I hope she hasn't left the channel because I hadn't done a hummingbird yet. And if she has, I hope she'll come back to see this one, because this is really worth seeing, you guys. I'm telling you, this is viral video stuff. Anyway, you guys, this is what we're going to be making. We're going to do both of these in this video today. You can see there's 3 birds there. We've made it 3D. And same with this one. And they are on stick pins. Super beautiful stick pins that I got from my friend. I believe I got the stick pins from my friend Becca. Or Becky. I'm sorry, Becky. And she sent me these in a package that had some wonderful, wonderful crafting supplies, and these were in that package, and I'm pretty sure that's where I got the stick pins from. And so I used those today. I ran across them yesterday, and when I thought of doing these birds today, I thought, okay, now how can I make them and what can I turn them into? And then I thought about the stick pins, and I thought, oh my gosh, if I could figure out a way to put them on the stick pins, wouldn't that be amazing? And so that is exactly what I did. You can see they've got some glass glitter on them. They are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. So stay tuned for this video. Well worth watching. Stay tuned through the entire video. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a comment. I need those comments and thumbs ups, you guys, so that we can grow this channel. And let me know what you think. And you know, I think that you will all enjoy this project. It's not as hard as it may look like it is. So that's why I say stay tuned for the whole video, because it really isn't as hard as you might think. So I think you will really, really enjoy this. It's worth watching. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started, and hope you guys like it. I've got some birds cut out, all hummingbirds, and that was just what I found that were the prettiest. And so I cut them out, and I want to make somehow a 3D bird, kind of like I do my butterflies and my bees and my dragonflies. So we're going to give this a shot, you guys. I have not made one of these yet. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm really not sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to give it a try. I also took out some of my stick pins that my friend, I think it was Becca, sent me these with a Happy Mail package that I got, and they're so pretty. And I've had them for a little bit, and I just happened to run across them yesterday. And as I was cutting these out, I thought, oh my goodness, how pretty would those be in one of those stick pins, and or to be like a plant stick. Oh my goodness, so pretty. So a couple of these, I added a couple more beads to. This one, I accidentally dropped the spacer pin, or the spacer bead that was on here at one point, and so I'm kind of out of luck on that, but that's okay. It's still beautiful. I've got the little stoppers on these because I did glue these together because I love them so much. She did such a good job on these. I'm not going to change a thing except for the fact that I had to add a couple of beads to a couple of them just because I wanted to. But they're so beautiful just the way they are. I used my B7000. I just bought this. I just got it not too long ago. But what I like about this is it's got the pin that sticks in the head and or the spout, and it's like almost like a pin-sized spout. And how great was that for gluing those beads together? It was amazing. So the only thing that I noticed about this, because that's the only thing I've used it for so far, I just opened it this morning. The only thing I did notice is it smells pretty strong, but I don't think it's any worse than the E6000. So it's about the same. And the stickiness, oh my gosh, these are in there and good. And I just glued these together like 10 minutes ago. So here's what I'm doing. You can see like these 3 birds, I cut them out with all 3 beaks on. And then when I got to looking at them and thinking, okay, how am I going to put these together to make them 3D? Well, if I have 3 beaks, it looks just looks weird, because I'm going to do one on top of another, and then I'm going to kind of fan out the wings. So that's kind of my idea of getting the 3D look. The one thing, like this one has that little top wing, I think I'm going to cut it right in between those two so that that one is movable too, because why not? We want to be able to move it. And I just said that just like Kelly Barlow. I didn't mean to do that, Kelly. I'm not trying to copy you, but I'm so used to hearing her say that. She's got me saying it now. I just adore her. I think she's the sweetest thing ever. And that poor woman has been through so much. My heart aches for her. Okay. And she doesn't even know who I am, but I do make comments on her videos and things just because I think they're awesome, and I love all her Dollar Tree ideas. I do like the farmhouse stuff, and I do have some farmhouse decorations and stuff, but I don't make much in the way of farmhouse things. Don't ask me why. I guess it's just not my thing. I like to do things like this. Little projects are my thing. So, and I like to do from scratch if I can. I do use some Dollar Tree items and make some Dollar Tree pieces, but I just like to go from scratch if I can. And these are really, really pretty. This one's got 2 wings too. So let's go ahead and cut between those wings as well. I don't know which ones of these I'm actually going to do, you guys. So I haven't really decided. So those are split. And these, I cut the beaks off of the top too. So, and same with these. And this one just shows the one wing. I think part of this is a back wing, but I'm not going to cut between those because I don't feel like it's a good idea. So, these other ones, yes. So this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, let's get you guys down a little bit closer here. I'm going to try and stay sort of in the middle. I'm just going to take this beak and I'm just going to round out the little bird's face just like that. And just cut that beak off. And this feels like it needs to be cut in just a little bit right there. Okay. So, there's that one, and there's our cutoffs. Okay. So, which one do I want to do first? I think I'm going to do this one first, just because it's so pretty and colorful, and I think it's beautiful. So we're going to do this one first. I found these pictures on Pinterest, you guys, so just so you know. This one's gorgeous too. I love the dark colors in this one, and look at this. beautiful. And this one's in flight. So this one, I'm not quite sure. I guess it would be gorgeous. So I don't know. I may do this one second if I have enough time. I may only have time to do one bird and one bird only, because the resining part, you guys know, does take time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first one, and this is the biggest one. These are 3 different sizes. I just downsized each one to what I kind of thought would look good. And so now I'm just going to, and I have to really resin this whole thing at one time, because I don't want to have like separate looking, well, actually it really wouldn't matter. I could have left the body and done that separately so that I'd have a place to hold on to, but because the bodies are going to be kind of put together. So there we go. We've got it all over the whole thing. And the thing that I want to make sure I do is I'm going to put this in my lamp. I'm going to put it in for 3 minutes. Grab myself a paper towel here just so that I have it handy. And I'm going to start on this next one. So this is going to help us to kind of get this done sort of quickly. Just do these all at one time. I'm hoping that my puppy stays out in the hallway. I've got my craft room door open because it's just me and her home right now. And you guys, I don't know. I just hate leaving her alone. I don't do well with even leaving the house at all, because unless Jeff's home. If Jeff's home, I'm fine with it. But leaving her alone at the house just hurts my heart, you guys. I don't like doing it at all because I know it upsets her. All right, and now this is the first one that I put in. And I see I got a little bit of a drippy drip there, but that's not going to hurt anything. And while it's still soft, I'm going to sort of bend her back, because this is the one that I want sort of as flat as I can get it. Yeah, I definitely want this one flat. So, okay, I'm going to put her back under the light. And here's our second one. I'm just going to, while it's still kind of wet, this is very, very hot right now, you guys. So if you don't wait long enough, your piece is going to be super duper hot because of that light and the chemical reaction. So, actually, I think this one I can kind of pull out. And now we're going to do the last one. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that one yet. Because here's the thing. And this one, I'm glad I thought of it. I need her wing to kind of come up a little bit so that she's kind of, she looks like she's flying. So there's that. And I've got her sort of bent. And I'll put her back under the light. And then this one, we're going to have to bend even more than the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. But what I'm going to do is I did the wing, and I'm going to sort of fold that wing up a little bit and put it under the light. And start getting that resin to kind of cure in the folded spot. Not completely, I just want it a little bit bent so that I can work with it a little bit more once I get it closer to being cured. Okay, my dog is coughing in there, and I think she must have eaten something she shouldn't have. So now I'm panicking. So I'm going to go for just a minute, you guys. Okay, so we've got all 3 of these, big, medium, small. I'm trying to make sure these are not like weirdly shaped. This piece. I just want to cut that little edge off. Okay, so this one's pretty flat, not completely flat, but it's okay. It's still soft enough that I can still kind of bend it a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do, we're going to try this with some foam tape. I think this is some that I bought from the Dollar Tree. And they give you so much of this stuff. I'll never use all of this. Wow. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that off right there and get rid of this roll. Okay, so the first one, let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this sort of in half. I got a hole in my glove there. And I'm going to put, let's see, how's this going to go? I'm going to put one there. And whoopsies. One. I think I'll just put that one sort of next to it. That way we've got it. This can sit right on top of those, and it's just going to come up a little bit. So if you can see, that's right in between those. And I'm gonna put her on top just like that. I feel like maybe these need to be a little bit smaller. They don't have to be huge. They just need to be small pieces. And I don't like when it's too close to the edge and you can really, really, really see it. So I'm just pulling that up a little bit. And that probably would be okay. But what I'm going to do here, I'm not sure how this is going to work, so I am going to take, and I'm going to set this on top of that foam, just like that. I want to place it just right so that there's not 2 eyes and all that weird stuff, but that it's a little off. You know, the back one comes out this way a little bit more, and then the next one sits on top of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pad out of my light here for just a minute, and I'm gonna drizzle some resin down in there just like that. Pull my light off, and I'm going to just kind of let that light get in there and harden that resin between those 2 little birds just like that. You can see I've got these 3 lined up. I'm just gonna let my lights get that resin that I just poured in there. And that way I know they are stuck together. You can see the resin in between, and I will be putting more resin in there, but for now I just want to get it just hard enough that it's going to stay together and I can still work with it, and we can go from here. And then this one will go right on top of that one, and I think it's going to be really, really pretty, you guys. I really do. I think this is going to be kind of cool. It's basically like my bumblebees and my butterflies and stuff. It's just a bird. And my friend Georgia, this came, it's not just Georgia. This is, I've got two subscribers that have asked. One has asked me to do a hummingbird, and then Georgia just recently asked me to do a bird. And so I thought, you know what? We're going to do a hummingbird. So that's why I'm doing this. I just thought, you know what? I really have to try this. I had tried it once, and I was not at all happy with my results. And so I kind of felt like I messed it up. So same thing. I just put one piece of foam on that one. We're going to drizzle some resin down in between there, just like that. And I'm going to pop my light right in there so that it gets the chance to cure. And that way I know all three of these little birdies are stuck together, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the back side. Oh shoot, I forgot to do what I was going to do. I was going to put the stick pin between two of these foam sheets like that and have the bird sort of on the stick pin like that, but I boo-booed. Okay, that's all right. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, that's an awful lot of beads. So I think that's going to be too many beads, honestly. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'm just putting some resin in between the back side of this. I'm going to pop in my little plate and my mat, and we're going to let that sort of soak up some of that UV light. There we go. All right, let's get rid of this trash. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. This one's got the fewer beads. So I was thinking one would go right here, and then the next one would go on top of that. But here's the thing. I've got a couple more of these. We're going to do something different. Here's another one. This one just has a few beads on it. And I am going to put some of my B7000 on there. And actually, I think I'm just going to leave a couple of those beads on there. I'm going to take a couple of these off. And I'm just going to put some glue right here on that one. Put it right up there. And while I'm I don't know how I got that on there. So while I'm doing the other stuff, I'm going to pop that little rubber piece on there to hold this up and get it glued. So that's really pretty, and that'll look good with this bird. I think that's what we need to do though. I really do. So we're going to go ahead and let me tip that the other way and get the underbelly again on that other one. All right, so let's go ahead and let's try this again. And the other one, we're gonna do the other one too, but I wanna go ahead and get this one resined. You saw how fast that went. That wasn't so bad as far as time consuming. So we might as well go ahead and resin this one. This one's gonna be interesting because it's more like in flight. So I think this one's gonna look really, really nice. Feels like I kind of went over the edge on that a little bit. Let me get my paper towel. And lay that down under that lamp. There we go. Okay, and I'm not going to do anything more to these yet. I got ahead of myself the first time, and I'm not going to do that this time. Okay, this one's all nice and pretty. And I thought what I would do is maybe add, just like I do my other things, add some flowers, and not a lot. These don't need a lot of anything. Maybe a flower, and this is so pretty. And this has those same colors in it. One of my little teardrop rhinestones that Sherry sent me, and something like that. Look at how gorgeous that looks, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to take our hot glue, and I'm going to pop that right there. And I like the pink flower on this one because she's got a lot of pink in her. And I'm going to put that flower sort of up and back a little bit. Again, using hot glue. Just for right now. This just gets it down long enough for me to be able to do whatever else I need to do. Now I've got some of my little tiny acrylic flowers out here. And these are so pretty. They're roses, and they're sent to me by Robin. And they are very, very detailed. These are some of the nicest ones I've gotten from her. They're a little bit bigger than some of the past ones I've gotten, so maybe that has something to do with it. They're very, very pretty though. So I can use a couple of these like right in there. And then I've also got, maybe I could put one right here just to kind of add to that rose. I don't want to cover up my rhinestone though completely. It's fine if it's sitting on it, but I don't want to cover it. Oh, maybe I put it. It's these gloves, they're sticking to the rose, and plus these are slippery kind of. Okay, put that there. And I also have, where's my other ones? That I don't want. I've got some rose buds. And I also have some red flowers. I've got the pretty soft red flowers that Robin sent me. They're really pretty cool. They're acrylic, but there's something else in them because they're almost kind of rubbery. Oh, I cannot get these things open. I'm telling you, you guys, my hands do not work like they used to. I'm going to just send some of those right there, and I'm going to put those in a different container. when I'm done here. Maybe what I do is I do a rosebud there or two. Like that. That looks pretty. And pop a rosebud in there. And let's see, I've got a couple of pearls here too. How would it look? That does not look good there. I don't want that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, you guys. I'm going to pop one more rosebud right there. And that looks very, very, very pretty. I like that a lot. And I'm going to pop some resin just around like I do, you guys. I don't worry too much. It's going to drip in there. It's going to drip between those flowers. And by the time I'm done, everything's going to stick. And if I need to, I can add more resin to even everything out. But usually that resin will do a pretty good job of not making a big old mess. So I'm going to brush this a little bit here on the face and right here on the body so that it's nice and thick around her face. Okay, so that looks really, really pretty. And I may end up adding some glass glitter, because I think glass glitter would be so pretty on these. Okay, and I need to get this one. I kind of waited too long. That's pretty good. It's pretty flat. So I'm going to be happy with that. And I'm going to set that right there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little foam piece here. I'm going to cut it down just a little bit more. And the foam is sticking to the gloves and tearing them. And I'm going to pop these gloves right off because I can't do both. I can't do a good job and then have these sticking to everything at the same time. Okay. And this needs to be cut off just a little bit. Kind of like that. Because again, I don't want it popping out too much. But I do need to have enough. Okay, we're going to take this off. We're going to pop this on. And I didn't get that stuck on there good enough. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop a little bit of resin right there at that bottom pearl. And we're going to pop that under my light. And that way, that pearl is not going to go anywhere. And I'm just kind of spinning it around in my light. And that should be good enough for now to hold that. It will get back up under my light again. So what I'm going to do is position this sort of where I want those beads to pop out. And I do want some space down here too so that I can stick it in a plant if I want to. Do I want it to kind of go like that, I think? And then this one will be the next one, and you'll see it'll all cover. So that's where I'm going to go with that. So here's what I'm going to do. While I've got this open, I'm going to add some resin right here. And we're going to get another piece of foam on this. After I get that sort of cured, we're going to add another piece of the foam to the top. And so there will be a little bit bigger space between the two, and that's okay. And I'm going to do one kind of like the other one that I did, kind of in a different shape here. Okay, so I've got that on there. Now I'm going to put this piece of foam right there. Take off the top layer here. And I'm going to resin this bird. Gotta set that down. I can't work with that in my hand. So we're going to resin this one. And this resin just makes the whole thing pop. It darkens the colors and just makes them look so beautiful. Especially that blue and that deep purple. It looks really deep once you put that resin on top of there. So pretty. I know I'm going to end up with some resin on my hands or my fingers, but I'm not going to worry about it. I've got my towel right here. I will wipe it off and then it will be fine. So I'm going to pop that under the light. Wipe my fingers. Barely got anything on them. And look at her. She looks so pretty. Oh my goodness, is she gorgeous. Look at that, you guys. And what I could do with her, let's see, this one's got fewer stones on it. If I pull that off, put that back on there. Is there a place? There really isn't a place that I can pop that through. She would have been so pretty. Look at that. That would have been so, so, so pretty. Oh my goodness, I'm so bummed. Let me see if there's, because this is pointy on one end. I might have a spot here where I can get through the resin and the foam. Whoops. I doubt it, but, well, here's what we can do. I can use a piece of this. I mean, it will have that on the back side of it, but if you're sticking it into a plant, you're only going to see the front side anyway, right? And maybe I just keep this one myself. I do that when I mess things up. I keep them myself, and I enjoy them. I've got a couple of things like that where I boo-booed and decided to keep it myself. Okay, so I'm going to put where do I want this? Oh, she's so pretty, you guys. She is so, so beautiful. So I'm going to put that right where my middle finger is, right there. And then I will take this and look at it from this side. I don't want her to have a curly beak. And let's see. there. Okay, that is perfect right there. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got it on that foam. I've got that spun around so that those beads are this bead is the direction I want it to be in, because it is glued on there. So I'm going to take my resin and I'm going to literally go around that piece of foam, the edges, and over the top. And that way I know that foam is going to stay down, the pin's going to stay in, and this is going to be perfect. But here's what I did. There's not enough space because she's 3D already. So I'm just going to hold that under my light for just a minute. And find a spot where she can stay still. There we go. And now we've got our second little birdie. And I want her... Oh, you guys. Ah, I busted her wing. Okay, that's okay. I can fix that. I have the technology. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try anyway. Okay, I'm just going to leave it on my foam here and try and get it at least started. I'm sorry if my head got under the camera, you guys. Stay there. I'm going to put her back under the light. And I think I've got her fixed, you guys. I will have to put resin under the bottom side as well. That way it'll make it one cohesive piece again. And it will be fine. And this is perfect. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. She's not done yet though, so I do want to put her stopper in. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at her. Oh my goodness. She's beautiful. Okay, and then one of the things that I want to do is I am going to try and build between these layers, these top two layers, a resin, like a barrier sort of. I've got to figure out how to do this by not letting it drip. So I've got to be very, very careful with that. And I'm just taking it and I'm spinning it back and forth under my light so that it has a chance to start curing all the way around where I just poured it in between those two pieces. And I was hoping it would thicken it between them, but it really didn't. So I guess that was not going to change anything. All right, that's okay. It's okay. So this is a 3-layer, so you can see you've got 3 layers here. These would be pretty if you wanted to make like cards, greeting cards, or Mother's Day cards, or something like that. You know, if your daughters are have new moms and you want to make a card for them, or you want to make a card for your mom. However, these would sit beautifully on a card. She's got a little bit of a drip that dripped right here. I don't think I'm going to mess with it because I will end up messing it up. There's a little drop right here of resin between the feathers, but I don't think it's between the middle one and the top one, and I don't think that's going to really hurt anything too terribly. So I think I'm going to leave it alone. I'm trying to think if maybe I want to see what it would look like with a couple of flowers just at the bottom here at the tail. Just like that. If I could just get it to stay. Something like that down there. I think it would actually be quite pretty. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a little glue first. I think this is going to be really pretty. If I don't burn my fingers in the process. With a flower right there. And a small bud right below that. And I just can use a teeny dot of hot glue and pop that right there. And there we go. I think that looks actually really, really pretty with those flowers down there. I love it. And then what I was going to do is take one of my single AB rhinestones from my chain. I'm sorry, you guys, I stopped talking because I was trying to concentrate. And I want to put one in somewhere on this little top arrangement here. I don't think I want it there because then it's like right on top of those flowers, and I don't want to do that. But it does look pretty right there. And then it would be pretty with a tiny little pearl. And I have some tiny little pearls here that I'm going to pull one off of this. I already used a couple of them for the other stick that I did. Or the additions to the stick that I did, I should say. Okay, so there's that. And I don't want it with the hole sitting upwards. I want it with the hole sideways. I had it that way when I first put it in, but then I bumped it and it moved. Okay, I want that right there. And that right there. There we go. Okay. Can she do it, you guys? She's gonna try. Put a dot there. And we're gonna just do that. You can see the little crack right there. Can barely see it on the front side, but I'm going to see if I can't really hide that well. Okay, that looks pretty, but I can see the hole right there. Darn it. So that's okay. we can fix that. We've got more rosebuds here. We could take a rosebud and put it right maybe on that edge. Nope, I do not like that. I am going to put one right there though, because that looks better. And then, how am I going to do this, you guys? That's too big. I have some of my little I've got a little thing of tiny pearls somewhere around here, but, oh wait. I also have teeny tiny rhinestones. Not teeny tiny, but they're smaller than the first one that I put in there, and that one would probably go in there. Not too shabby. It just feels like it wants to turn sideways. It's going to be too... That's what I hate about when you buy pearls and they've got the holes already in them. Which is fine. I mean, there's a reason for that. I get it. But then those holes will always mess you up and they will spin. Every time. Every time. I'm going to see if this one will go on there. Come on, you. I wish I hadn't put that pearl in there now. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that pearl out of there because I just don't feel happy. There we go. I got it out. Okay, so we're going to add one of our little rhinestones right there. Right there. We're going to add our little rosebud back where it was. She goes right. Oh. Gosh, I hate when all this stuff happens. Always during a video. Never when I'm just doing these things by myself do I have these problems. Never. Well, I won't say never. I do sometimes. But most of the time I don't. Most of the time it's, you know, zip, boom, bang, and I'm done, and it's not a problem. But the thing is in my videos, I'm being a little bit more sensitive to what I'm doing, and then that's when I feel like I've messed up or I've done something some way I shouldn't have and need to do it differently or what have you. And so then I mess it up. Okay, does that go there? Goodness gracious. That's going to cover up my rose. And I don't want to do that. I just cannot get a hold of this the right way to get it to sit right there. And now I'm pushing the other one out again. Took me long enough to get that in there. All right, we're going to leave it just the way it is. Okay, put on our lamp. And we're going to get back to the other one because I'm wasting way, way, way too much time on this. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I found some other things that I wanted to add that I thought would really, really make these pop. So we are going to do that. I wanted to add something to the wings, and I meant to do that to begin with, and then I just kind of let it slip past me because I was running into so many little snags. But I did want to add some of these rhinestones, if they look right. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be too much. Actually, I think that looks really, really pretty there. Or maybe just down at the bottom wing. That looks pretty in the bottom. Let's see. Maybe a smaller one at the top. Let's see. That is another thing that I could add because it's got the green in it, like the post. And I'm adding some of these shimmery sequin leaves that I got from some lace that Sherry sent me. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this rhinestone down here at the bottom, and right now I'm just going to use the glue, and I have only glued on the leaves as well. And that is just not finding a spot to stick. There we go. I need to make sure it sticks out enough that you can actually see it. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. It's these pearls that are underneath here that are getting it, stopping it from gluing down. This one right here. There we go. Get that off of there. Now we can glue that down. Okay. There was a pearl on the lace that actually stuck to that rhinestone piece. See, now it's gluing down really nicely. So if we put that one there, and maybe this color, whoops, between the top ones. I might have to use a smaller rhinestone for this spot. I'm not sure. Ooh, that looks pretty. And this matches this rhinestone here. That looks very, very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And I'm going to glue it right in there so that it shows up nicely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop some resin around both sections here so that we can get those sequin pieces and the rhinestones to stick down. I'm going to put my little pad on here. We're going to drop her in there in the light. And I'm going to hold her up just a little bit. In fact, I need to find something to put under her. We'll just use that where she can prop her wings up a bit so that that light can get in between those wings. Okay, so use lots of props, you guys. When you're doing this kind of stuff, use your little props because they really do help in the lamp to get in between things that maybe your lights don't surround. This light is really great, but it honestly doesn't surround things like my first one that Sherry bought me. So, but it does work. It works great, and I can hold it and move it around. And then sometimes what I do is I'll lay something down, and then I'll take the lights and I'll put them sideways like this so that they're coming at an angle from the outside, and it gets whatever I need it to get. So what we're going to do on this one is we are going to use, let me see, I did use the pink ones on that. So we are going to go with some pretty gold sequins on this one. And I'm gonna add these right now with the glue. And we just want those to kind of come off of there really, really pretty and wispy, like they're part of the tail. And that one I want to kind of go down a little bit. And let's see. Do I need another one in there? I think we do. I think we need one more piece, and we'll put that right there. And I'm going to pull that pearl out of there because I'm going to be setting something else on top of it again, and I don't want that pearl to get in the way. And this piece will just hang out nicely. Look at that. There we go. That is exactly what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to pop this bird on top, and this is the one that was cracked, and it's on there. It's good now. And I was thinking I might use one or two of these little flowers that came on this lace as well. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Now I need to go ahead and resin this piece. And pay attention this time so that I can get her wings nicely bent, because she's the top piece, so she's got to look good. This is the princess right here. You guys, I really, really, really wanted these to turn out really great. And, you know, the first time I do something is always the worst time. You know, it's because I'm learning right along with you guys on how I need to do this. So I'm going to pop that down on my pad there. And I can pull her out for now. She did drip a little bit, so I want to get that little drip off of there. I need my clippers. Just a little drip in between there, so she's good. Look at how beautiful she looks, you guys. Oh my word, she is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I love, love, love. I am super excited about this. I'm going to be doing some more birds, some other types of birds too. But, you know, hummingbirds are always pretty to do something like this with. Oh, I forgot. Shoot. No, I didn't forget. Yes, I did. I glued those down and I didn't resin them. That's what I did. Whoopsies. I never did put resin under those. So let's go ahead and do that. And then what we do need to do is we need to get our resin in between here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do that now. I really shouldn't do both sides at one time, but I'm going to go for it. And I'm just going to pull that. I'm going to put her under there, and I need to get these wings flapping here before they stiffen up way too much and then I break it again. We don't want to do that. So there she is. And I'm going to hold the other part, the bottom part, up a little bit. Give it a chance to cure in between those two birds. And I've got so much stuff that's like falling into my table here, you guys. I've got so many projects that I'm trying to think about doing, and yeah, I end up pulling stuff out, putting it around on my table, and then I've got too much stuff to work. I mean, look at all of this. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Well, I guess that's a good thing. So you guys can't see my mess back here. Yay. Okay, so there's that piece. I could put some of this pink sequin in there too. Like, I don't know. I'm going to see what it looks like in between the gold. because the pink does kind of go with this. It's not pink, it's like it's a rose color. And it does look kind of pretty coming out between the gold there. Like that. I kind of like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop, well, wait a minute. I didn't even put anything like that on the tail of the other one, but maybe we'll put some rhinestones on this one. Let's see, do we want maybe some green? I don't think I'm going to use the green, but I'm just thinking it might be a pretty color to add to this. Coming out of the tail. Maybe we'll take those out and pop those in. Kind of like that. Because this one has a more fanned out tail, so I feel like I can do a little bit more with the tail on this one. And that looks really, really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop my resin on there so that I can get this down. Oh, no, no, no. One of them fell out. Oh, gosh, Carol. You know what I should have done? I don't know what I'm thinking. Sometimes I'm just not thinking. Let's see. I'm going to pop that down. And I'm going to lay my lamp over the top of that. Which is what I should have done in the first place. Just to at least get it started curing. Just give it a couple of minutes and a couple of seconds, and then we'll be set. I love the pin that goes in this because now it won't ever plug up like the E6000 does. Okay, so we've got that in there. All right, that looks really, really, really pretty. And then the next one is going to be this one. And we need to kind of figure out what we're going to do for between these as well. But the first thing we are going to do is we are going to cut a small piece of foam because her body is very, very tiny. So I'm going to pop that right there. And then I think I'm going to pop another piece down further. I feel like I need 2 pieces on this one. Just like that. Okay. And it's cool because we already have our stick pin in there, and so we don't have to worry about that. And all I have to do is put her right there. Okay, so that's what she looks like so far. Isn't that pretty, you guys? Yay! Is this a yay moment? Let me get this off of here. I have some wet resin on the back side of this. I'm going to have to turn her over and cure the back side because some of it did drip through, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that at all. And then the cracked one was the one that's in the middle, so you don't see that either. So that's not a big deal. It's on there really, really well. So we don't need to worry about that. Now I could put this piece. I want to see, do I want to go gold or do I want to go with the rose? Which way do I want to go with this? I think I'm going to add another piece of gold to this one. I just love that gold sequin. It looks amazing. So I am going to put one more piece of gold in there. And we'll resin it and pop it back under the light in a minute. But for right now, we're just going to hot glue that in there. And now we need to figure out, because we can still move this. This is still pliable, so we can still move it. Maybe what we could do is go with some of the rose color. Let's see. I think I like this one. We could put some of the rose colored sequin maybe on the second tier. And that'll show that it's got all those beautiful colors and shades to it. And I think that will look really, really nice. And we'll put one in the middle like that. And that looks gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just going to really quick, I'm going to add some glue to these and pop them in. And I have, I'm getting glue strings. What was I supposed to do? Oh, one of my subscribers gave me a great tip in my video that came out, I believe it was yesterday's video, well, yesterday and today's time, last weekend for you guys. She said that if you put Vaseline around the tip of your glue gun before you get started, it will prevent glue strings. So I am going to definitely be trying that. Now here's what I'm doing right now. I am looking to see, maybe we'll use these ones because these are really cool rhinestones. They've got all these colors in them and they're just gorgeous. And I pretty much covered up the green ones, didn't I? Look at that. I just totally, completely covered those up. So we're going to leave those there because they're there. They just don't show much. And maybe put these ones on this layer. I don't know. Maybe we'll go with the small ones. These little ones right here. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe I want to go that way with these. I kind of like the points coming out at the tail. I'm just having a hard time getting these to sit there so I can even look at it. Yeah, that looks good, kind of right about there. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some glue right there. And I'm going to pop this pretty stone right there. And once it sticks to the glue, it's not going to go anywhere. And then we'll put some glue right there. And pop that one in. It's really just the beads that are on the sequin pieces. There's beads on them, and those beads make it hard for the stones to really stick. I'm just looking at this to see if it's something that No, that's too much. Okay. So now we need to resin these in, and we need to resin between the birds, the top and the middle one. And I've got drips coming out of here just like crazy, you guys. So I'm going to get this under my lamp really fast after I use my paper towel to kind of wipe the underbelly. She's coming out. And we are going to wipe this off. I'm kind of surprised at how much resin just came. Well, you know why? It's because that bird is way, way, way slimmer than the other one, than this one is. The middle section is real slim. This one didn't have any trouble at all with seeping through, really. There's a little spot right there. I just did see that. Darn. That doesn't make me very happy, because it's really stuck there now. That is where I did cut off a piece of resin, but I didn't realize it was between the wing and that bead. Well, you can barely see it in between, and it's clear, so I'm not going to bother it because it's still gorgeous. So this one will definitely be my bird, my little birdie, and she will go in one of my plants. Or I might send it to a friend that I know will be okay with those little teeny boo-boos. I am going to put a layer of resin on her head on the top here, because she does have a couple of like little prints or something on there. So we're gonna make her head nice and even. And I'm just realizing that resin is actually seeping out of the side of the nozzle of the resin bottle. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, let me get this napkin. I mean, it is just dripping, dripping, dripping right around the side. I've never had that problem, but you know, this time around I had it with almost every bottle that I used. I wonder if it was the run of those bottles, you know, if the bottles were just a little bit defective. That can happen for sure. Okay, so now we've got her ready to finish up. And then I think what I want to do, let's see if we can get these sort of in between. Whoops. I don't know if these are going to work or not in between these wings. Very hard to work with these. Once they're resined, they're very slippery. So you can't get stuff in just the right place just to look at it. You know, once you've looked at it, you're fine. You can glue it into place and you're good. But when you're trying to actually see what it's gonna look like, you have a little trouble there. That needs to go, I think, pointy side out. And pointy side up. This one wing really needs two. It needs one of the small ones and one of the big ones. So let's put the big one there and the small one down in here, and I think that is going to be nice. This one I'm not sure, but I like that back there on that back wing. I really like that. Holly, hold on you guys, gotta get my dog. Okay guys, let's try and get this done while we still can, because my dog's getting restless and she wants me to come out there and play with her, and I am just ruining her day. And I've only got today off and I've got to work tomorrow, so I don't get a whole lot of time to just hang out with my puppy. And Jeff's not home, so he's not there to hang out with her. Usually if he's there, it's fine. I'm totally good. I can do whatever I need to do, and she is fine with that. But when neither one of us are there paying attention, it's anxiety time. So, and I always feel bad. I get it. I totally understand why she doesn't want to be left alone. Okay. Now I had that where I thought it was looking really good, and now I don't like it. So I think maybe what I need to do is take some of that maybe a piece of gold and a piece of rose, like that. And then maybe, if we can make it work, a piece of this. Well, let's see. Maybe one of the rose ones and a piece of this on top of that. No. Oh gosh, you guys. Why does this always happen to me? So maybe we're just gonna, maybe we'll just use the sequins for the wings on this one. I think that's where I'm running into trouble. I'm trying to put too much on this little tiny bird, and it doesn't really need it. It doesn't need that much embellishing. I still have to do the top of the bird and make sure that looks the way I want it to. So I am going to do this. And I can cut this off, and I am short a piece of this. Let's see, maybe I'll just put that one coming out. No, I need that one. And then maybe I'll put a gold one on this side. Okay. And that looks pretty. Okay. Then, let's see. I was thinking I'd kind of like to use these little sequin flowers, but I think they're a little bit too much for between the wings, and they're too big for the top, so it's okay. We're going to use our flowers. I have this beautiful purple one that I did, and that actually looks really, really pretty on there. So I think what I might do is maybe we'll take that You know, I cannot find, oh God, that's blue, I think. I cannot find, oh, is that purple? That looks like a purple one. I want to put a purple on the body like I did on the other one, only the other one was more of a pinky bluey color. That looks really pretty. Or I could take it and maybe put the flower there and the rhinestone there. That looks really nice. I do want to move the flower over a bit, so we're going to take our glue and we're going to put that right there because I don't want to cover up her head. And then this one, I need to see if I put that there. Maybe I do need to go with pink. I think I do. I think I need to put a pink one in here and not a red one. I definitely feel like I want that to turn this way. Oh, you know what? Maybe what I really need to do is I need to take one of these small ones. This is just an AB rhinestone because it's a lot smaller and I could actually use a couple of them this way. I could put one there and one. Well, I don't even know that I want to do that. I don't. I'm going to take one of my smaller rhinestones or two. Let's see. I'm going to cut a couple of these off. And that way I can pop those in, and they're small enough, yet they are very, very pretty and shiny and all of that. And we'll put one. I'm going to use my glue, even though those are small. I'm going to use my glue and get that down, but it flipped on me. I can't get it to move. There we go. There we go. And then maybe one of these pearls right there. Yeah, I think I will put a pearl right there, and I want it to sit. This one doesn't have holes in it, but one side definitely looks better than the other side, so I want it to sit the right way. And look at that, it went right down there. Oh, yay. I love when that happens. Okay, and then maybe we can put that in between those. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start drizzling our resin in there. And we're going to drizzle here. And I'm going to get my brush here and brush over her head. Get that in there. And I'm going to brush it down her tail as well. Why not? Okay. And now I'm just going to grab my light and I'm going to stick it over the top. And I'm going to put it on there for 5 minutes, you guys. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I was going to put a flower right there. Pink one. That is a bright, bright pink. I'm going to look at one of these red ones just for the heck of it, because I'm starting to think maybe the red one would be better. It's like a maroon color. Yes, that definitely looks better. And then I'm going to grab one more. If I can get my bag to open. And I have a rosebud there. And it's flipping sideways, and I definitely don't want that. Maybe we'll put that over there. Nope. I really want it next to this rose. Maybe that's better. It's gotta just nestle in there though. There we go. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. And I'm going to put my lamp over the top of it now, and we're going to see if we can get this to be exactly the way we want it to be. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have got this one out. We're going to do one more thing to this. Oh, actually, two, because I do need to do this to both of them. I need to flip them over and put the back sides under the lamp for just a minute. And then I'm going to put some glass glitter on the second one, because I did put some glass glitter on the first one. And so it really, really does look nice. So we're going to go ahead and put it on the second one as well. I cannot wait to do these other two, because I feel like I've learned a lot just doing these first two. And I think I can make these other two possibly even better. Now the only thing is about this one, it doesn't have much of a tail. You know, see how short the tail is? But I think that's going to be okay, because we're going to add to that tail, and we're going to put some of the sequined leaves coming out, and maybe some of the little pearl pieces, and that will sort of take care of the not much of a tail thing. So we'll see. This one I'm super excited about, because I think she is going to be gorgeous. And so I really can't wait to do her. And she's got the wings that are separated. And so I think when I separate those wings, and I'm going to take a whole lot of care in making sure I do every single step and get it exactly the way that I want it. So I'm not going to do those right now, but I will do them later on. Okay, this is our second one. This is our first one. And you can see I put some glass glitter on her wing here. I put a little bit here and here. So she is very, very beautiful. She has sparkle and shine, and she's just gorgeous. I just think she is gorgeous, you guys. She turned out absolutely stunning and gorgeous. So you guys were absolutely right about doing the birds. We did the birds, and I can't wait to do these last two that I have cut out. And then find some more birds to do. Some other cute birds. So, but really, these hummingbirds are amazing. So what we're going to do now is we are going to add some glass glitter to her. And I'm just going to take and put some on my brush here, and I'm going to brush it on there. Just like that. And you don't have to worry too much about brush marks when you're adding glass glitter, because you're gonna be covering that resin up with the glitter. So it's gonna stick to the top of it. The whole top is gonna be covered in glass. And yes, it is glass, you guys. So if you don't want to work with glass, don't work with glass glitter. Just, you can put some regular glitter on there if you want to, or whatever, nothing. You don't even have to put glitter. You can just leave it shiny, because that resin alone is so shiny and beautiful that you really don't need the glitter so much. I'm just doing it because I do love glass glitter, and it's something that I wanted to do to these. I'm sorry, I have a glue string right here that's driving me crazy. And I'm going to add some down here to the bottom parts of the heads. But I'm only putting it right by the neck on the top head. And then I want to put some on the bottom tails, because there are parts of those that pop out too, and so why shouldn't they have some glitter? And the body right here. So I'll just dump glass glitter all around on this. So let me put this up, and I'm going to get my Flora Craft Diamond Dust. Flora Craft, I think, is my favorite, if I'm being honest. I used to use Twinklets, and I just got to the point where I felt like Twinklets started to look like big old just chunks of not shiny stuff all over the top. So I actually started buying this brand because it was cheaper. And I'm going to put my cup under there. And it just turned out that I actually, not only was it cheaper, but I actually liked it better. So, 2 pluses there. So Jeff came home, so you might hear some noise going on for a minute here, because he's talking to Holly and she wants her treat. It's treat time. Whenever she goes outside with her dad, she gets a treat. So, yeah. We're getting ready to stop doing so much of that, though, because she's going to get overweight, and I don't want to shorten her life by making her fat. So we've both decided we're going to try and do better about not giving her quite so many treats. I mean, she's at probably, if we had to guess, we'd say about maybe 110 pounds now. And she's still a baby. And she's not fat. You know, she's not fat. But she will be. If we keep feeding her the way we're feeding her, she will get fat. I know this because our other big dog, Juju, got overweight because we were always giving her so many treats. And so I'm going to pop this under my lamp here for a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I've got her out of the lamp. I've got both of my babies out of the lamp, and oh my God, are you guys crazy excited? I don't have many more of these stick pins left. I have a couple here that I will probably change the beads out in this one, just because that might be too much for the birds. I'll keep a couple of these beads on here. And then this one is just like this one. And then I also have this one. So I will be making at least and I have this one. Yay! So I will be making at least 4 more birds. And if I find another regular style bird that I think is really pretty and you guys should see done on camera, I will definitely definitely do that on camera. Let me grab my, I mean, this one doesn't look that much better, but there we go. It's a lighter color. There we go. That's what we have today, you guys. I don't want to ruin anything that's underneath there. Okay, there we go. So, those are our beautiful, beautiful hummingbird stick pins. And these would be great as stick pins. They would make great plant sticks. They would make great, if I was to put hangers on them, they would make great mirror hangers for sure, except for their back sides are not done. They are just plain. But you could mirror image the birds and do a mirror image on the back one, the biggest bird, and stick it to the back and you'd be all set. So I'm trying to see if I have something. This is my little journal that I bought at work the other day. Let me go ahead and set them right there. Maybe that will look pretty as a background. There. There they are, you guys. Are they not gorgeous? I love, love, love them. And whoopsies, and I love you guys for watching. Please stay tuned. Come on in and let's do some more videos. I'm definitely gonna do another bird video, but I'll do it on probably a different type of bird. Although this one I'm dying to do. It's so gorgeous. And I'm actually really dying to do this one. I think she's gonna be super duper pretty. So I will probably do that at some point today. But these are exquisite, you guys. They are just exquisite. And I am so happy that I took your advice, Georgia, and I did a bird. And yay, I'm so excited about it. And I think you're going to love these. Just saying. God bless each and every one of you. Please be safe, be well, take care of yourselves always first. Be kind, and you know, just you be you. Be yourself and stand up for yourself and do all of those things that we know we're supposed to do. But we can't do all those things for everybody else unless we're taking care of ourselves first. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. Please give this a thumbs up and a comment. Don't forget. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for photos. Bye, you guys. Love ya.